very under the table thing in the politics all around the world, Korean presidents and England consulars, and even in our country. But it has the risk that because maybe unless that the news were just so well known that everybody knows it, or you just did it. Next, let's see. Inserting a laughter. It sounds a little bit technical. Like you have to insert one laughter every 30 seconds, but it can be made. It can be made. We know that we have 5 to 7 speeches, 5 to 7 minutes for speech. And we know opening body conclusion. We divide it into 3 parts. The first part, 1.5 minutes. In the middle, 4 minutes. And last, 1.5 minutes. How many laughters? It sounds a little bit technical and like a mechanism. But I have to say that don't do it so unnatural. Just make your line, just try to find something to make it natural but still funny, but not so technical. You got to make your jokes is most important. Most important thing in your speech. You got to make your jokes relevant to your content. Just not to force like I want to make audience laugh instead at this point, so I insert the joke here, but it's not relevant to your content. So be aware of it. See, that's the 3 to 5 and 8 to 12. That's according to the 301 strategy. And that's delivery skills. We had a great speech. I was thinking if I can just present to you this workshop after our prepared speeches today. So maybe I can adopt in some, I can use some examples from our prepared speaker today. But it's that delivery skills, the basic one is the body movement. Like we have the speaker is going to deliver in C5 speech, which is your body speak. Your eye contact, and also your voice. Let's see that if your body, if you just keep standing a very stiff stance in front of the people, and you're facing a big crowd, whether it is big or a small crowd, and you were standing stiff, would it be effective to attract your audience attention? No. So, how do your body move effectively? First, I like to talk about, we have the postures, gestures. The first thing I like to talk about steps. The steps. When you are facing a big stage, how do you use that stage and manipulate that stage and make the audience eye all on you. You gotta move it with a purpose. In my 2006 speech, for example, you won't notice when I move, but when I move, you will notice. What am I talking about? You will notice when I move, but you will notice when I move. The point is that when you are saying something very important, don't move. When you are say something just like a transition, saying something like just for, I went to some places, that wasn't important. You can move at that time. But you won't say like when I went to the doctor. That's not important. But when doctor says something, you gotta then in a certain position, better in the middle. So that do it with a purpose, not just randomly and without a purpose. That will make people so confusing. Where are you going? Where are you going? And the gestures and postures are important too. some people will keep using, using his hand. Oh, when I go there, or just keep holding his hand in front of his stomach. We all have some habit doing the same gestures. Like when I have this one, I just don't know how to move my hand. I became a bit clumsy when I holding some things in my hand. So use your gestures. Use your gestures for a certain purpose, because people will see. If you keep moving it, you will lose focus. Use it when necessary. And also your posture. I used to think this is a disadvantage because I was too tall. I am too tall. But later on, when I joined Toastmasters contest, I found it great advantage because I make so magnificent. So just make your body straight and show your confidence, because people will enjoy the confident speaker. And eye contact. It is a basic rule. It's easier for you to make your audience like a breed. A breed of separated into nine breeds, and just to look at them just overwhelmingly. Make sure that your eyes are on all audience, but don't make yourself like stand like a robot. Don't do that. Make it natural. And it can eye contact can create drama, but make sure you don't look at someone too long. They'll really think you are interested. So be balancing your eye contact and with the purpose. And you know what? Eye contact make a drama. Take my 2006 speech. I was using a prop, a real life prop, a man, a postmaster, my state, in my area and divisional context, but not in the national context. I was looking at him like this, and when he stood up, I was looking at him like that. So it was an imaginary friend just sitting right behind me. Using your context to create a visible person, a visible environment. So your eye contact has the magic to create tremendous drama. And boys, I want you to watch your speech and also your pitch and your volume. You can speak it high and low to create an enormous effect. For example, if you just suddenly you feel sad and your voice keeps going low, and then you feel excited, you keep it higher. Like I love the story I heard just a few days before. It was saying that Peter Pan was taking the boat, and he was taken to the sky and by the angel. It was a created story. He was getting flying higher and higher. When he was the storyteller was telling the story, I feel my goosebumps was going up. This guy was taken to that scenario. And I was flying with the Peter Pan. So using different pitch and the volume to make an impact on your speech. And also remember, this is very, very important. Your speed. That is very important, because when you're getting lower, your speech will sound a bit like dull, but it depends on your necessity. If you got to speak low, then you have to speak slow. But but using the pattern, making the path fast and slow just in randomly. So let's recap. We have the first of all, the key reminder is rule 3. Put save the last for fast. Save the best for last. And the 3 F's and 3 P's. What are they? Simple, short, and most of all, speed. I personally really recommend using the speed to create humor. And 3 P, personal,